it's all falling through. And on top of that, we was talking about that last night, how they already had Turkey in the scopes. After they would have, if they would have basically somehow got the victory over Iran and they surrendered, they was able to, take down the whole regime or whatever, Turkey was going to be the next on the list. Because you know that it's a trajectory where they're trying to further expand themselves. All right, they don't want just from Samaria up there, basically from northern Israel all the way down to the Sinai Peninsula, the Nile River. They don't want just to occupy that. They want beyond it. That's why they went at it with Syria. They want everything all across the board, all the way past the Euphrates. Really, they want the world. That's basically what it is. They want the whole world.
They simply want all the trade routes.
Yeah.
Trade routes and the natural resources.
Well, if I may, which is essentially what? The birthright.
Right.
They want that birthright back. Period, point blank. And the small hats are the ones that seem like they really wanted enough to do identity theft. They're willing to get it by any means necessary. This man is truly a criminal. Right? He's going to do crimes in
There's
the
nothing
name
he
of
won't
God,
do. There's nothing he won't do.
There you go.
They try to justify it with the Bible.
Yep.
So we can't question this is old to us.
As far as they're concerned, everybody is Amalek. Yeah. Turkey is going to be Amalek. Iran is now, it was currently Amalek. Palestine, Gaza.
Lebanon is Amalek.
Lebanon is Amalek.
And the American Christians. I mean, the American Edomite, they Amalek too.
Yeah, man.
That's why I say there's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Like you said, there's nothing that Esau won't do to get what he wants. He'll cut off his own hand to get more of his other hand.
They destroyed a Jewish synagogue in Iran. So they don't care if they cut tables to get what they trying to they cover it up. This man he gotta be put to a stop. He has to be stopped, man. Yep.
Revelation 19 and 11, I'm going to read down. It said, "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war."
Yeah, when Yahushua comes back, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna settle in all this turmoil, all this conflict. Yahushua is gonna come and settle it. All right? That's the only way that we can restore peace on earth again. Is by the Prince of Peace. But he's gonna have to come and judge and make war. All right? They're already gonna be fighting. It's already gonna be going down prior to the Lord showing up. The Lord wants these conditions to be transpiring before he returns. So he can bring, and he's gonna bring everything into judgment, man. You got it.
Wait, I'm sorry, can I make a quick point? You said this is what he wants because he's going to take down all the nations, right? And how is he doing it? The whole statute, the whole statute's going to go down. Basically, all the major rulerships of the heathen are going to go down when he attacks, comes back and defends us, and attack and takes down the Edomites. And his lavish those toes. The whole statute's going to fall when those toes are broken up by that stone. So all the heathen and all their rulerships go down at that one moment.
That's what it means when it says in Revelation, and there was no more sea. All the dominions of the earth would pass away with Esau's world passing away. Because he would be the last of the heathen that would be in power ruling before the Lord comes and usher in the kingdom.
That's forever and ever.
Forever and ever and ever. All right?
Verse 12, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had
the dominion of these other nations, the kings and the rulers of these other nations. All right, go ahead.
And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Which we know his name. It's just
The average man.
right. it's been made new among his elect. Right? New meaning in the Greek kainos, which means to fresh or to make fresh. The elect right now are calling on his true name. The rest of the world, they calling on the
Pseudo name.
what does it mean in Latin?
Earth pig.
That's what they call it on. Right? You got it.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High.
Yep.
And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen and white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp.
Showing you so I can show you the purity of Yahushua. That's what showing you that it's a complete separation, but describing Yahushua, this character, with visuals.
Yeah, he's going to be riding the spaceships. Let people understand.
And the horses are power, by the way. Y'all got it.
And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword. They with, just like it, that with it he shall smite the nations.
Yep.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
So I'm just being funny. So was Yahushua's sword swallowing? No. It's a laser beam. This is all modern, futuristic type technology to the human, but this is ancient technology to the Heavenly Father, given to his only begotten Son. Because look what they got. They got thermonuclear missiles. What can top that? Well, nukes and lasers.
They call it horns in
Yeah. So it's a different level of power that's going to come, that's going to separate everything. Okay? You got it, brother.
And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he shall smite the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty power.
So in the scriptures, your defeat is already written. You already been defeated. This is how it's gonna go. You're gonna lose. You're gonna ultimately lose everything. Everybody think they fighting for the next position in the ruler seat. But he's gonna come and he's gonna pretty much foil your plans and take you completely out of power, and he's gonna assume position and authority on earth. All right. And you nation, you really forgot. Yahweh Shai, he created the dominions. He created the times. Okay? He created the principalities. So he's going to come back and show you that. He's going to demonstrate that. This whole time, the Lord sets up, he puts one down and he sets up another. It just so happened to be Esau, it was your time, he put you up. And you showed the entire world that you're the worst of the worst. And that's why you shouldn't be where you're placed, but the Lord had a purpose for you. So this is what the Lord's going to come back to do. He's going to come and settle everything. So you think you're going to run this over here, you're about to take control of that over there. Nah. That's not happening. We as the prophets of Yahweh Shai, we're here to give you that message. You can come for us eventually, because we know that that's going to happen. But it's not going to undo prophecy. You're subject to it.
You can't go around prophecy.
That's it. Yeah, man. You can shut man up, but you can't shut prophecy up. Yep.
Verse 16. And he had on his vesture, and on his thigh, a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
I think in the verse before, or 2 verses before, it said that vesture was dipped in blood.
Yep.
Right? Hey, because Isaiah 63 says it. Hey, who is this that cometh from Edom? The guy garments from Basra. It says it's blood up into the horse's bridle. Hey, that's Yahweh Shai coming back with that sword again. It's the same event.
Meaning it's going to be a lot of death.
Blood is bound up to the chest of the horse.
Even
representation of that blood on it. That's why the Killmonger got that. So then this man was warrior. That's how I'm trying.
In Psalm 110, it says that they shall be willing to do
And it's
you
song.
nations are gonna you're gonna be forced to bow and confess that he is Lord, man. You know, Trump is not Lord, man. Right? And you going around trying to set your kingdom up before the return of the Messiah. That's not what the Bible. That's not what prophecy said would happen. It said that the Lord would deliver his people from the northern country, from the land of the north, from all the land where they were driven, and then there would be a return to Zion. And their king would rule. We would have our king. Who's your king? Well, these devils are trying to rewrite prophecy. That's what they're trying to do. A fake fulfillment of a fake prophecy. But try to write it off as a Bible prophecy. And all these satanic Christians, they're in on it. They're really there to support the Zionist agenda. They're not bringing you back to who the world calls the Messiah, Yahushua. All these people are in the spirit of anti-Messiah. Because if you're supporting what they're doing over there, they're trying to set up a third temple. Yahushua spoke of no such thing. He said that after he would be risen up, what did he say? Because the temple did rise. But he said after the third day, the temple would be what? They thought that meant it was a physical temple. So clearly they're following a fake script. They're trying to pass it off as a Bible prophecy. That was some bullshit.
Yeah, y'all looking at the third temple. The prophets. It's prophesied in all the four corners of the earth, especially Great Babylon, America. This is the third temple. And later.
That's it, man. And you would also be pushing the throne of David.
Yep.
They don't never talk about that.
I did with Rockefeller, David Rothschild.
David, Rockefeller or Rothschild. David D.
There's Christians
Rothschild.
out there that's calling Donald Trump King David. That's how bugged out these people.
That's disrespectful.
They're calling the second coming
Yeah.
of the Messiah.
They was also calling him Cyrus the Great
Yep.
when they took Golden Heights.
Yep.
You know?
We're going to be calling him Titus. Because of the Archie wants to...
Once he comes in
Yeah.
on us.
But that's fucking retarded, right? Because if you're the chosen people, you're supposed to represent Judah. But Titus, that was them triumphant over taking down Judah.
Yeah, that make no sense.
So he's erecting a monument that actually commemorates or brings you to remembrance of that triumphant over the real Jews.
So they know the truth. They know that was taking us down. Not about taking the small ass down. Hey, you see who's gonna take you niggas down again?
And they're gonna set that trench once again. Right here in the States. They're gonna pray about that. And I'll tell you right now, Esau don't like how Iran is showing all the solidarity to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that shit is going to triggering some another type of energy. Because they getting embarrassed, and then they're using you, Jay,
Compassion on us.
having compassion on us, and then using us to taunt back at Esau.
Hey, because they see us over here building this temple like this. They see this. This is what they see. And they see the wild ass 2/3 acting up
Oh, yeah.
under your roof.
Yeah.
You can't control the little
wild, out of control. It's like ICE didn't really, you know what I'm saying?
Who they get rid of?
Yeah, man. This whole situation.
This whole war.
Yeah, man.
Because ICE is about to get reassigned to a different type of case. They ain't not just going after migrants or, they going after anybody on a specific list. And Esau going, they're going to be briefed on. It's going to be the prophets. It's going to be those that, believe in the Bible. Christians, extremists, whatever they deem extremists.
My baby said he gonna come after everybody that
Make mockery.
Online.
Hey,
Hey,
and
freedom of speech online.
pretty soon they're going to be calling for a lot of these small hats to leave Babylon because they're going to be made targets by these Edomite Christians, the Edomite maggers. They're going to call hate
Fucking sons, man.
Yeah.
You know what I
They're
mean?
going over there dying for them. And they just walking around with this, small hats and shit. Yeah.
They've been crying wolf for the longest time, saying they're persecuted and anti-Semitism is growing, and well, it's you've been crying about it for so long, and nothing's really been done to you. Now it really is going to get done to you.
Until the war finally came to
Nobody
God's
believes them.
Hey, that Rabbi Smoothie was Smoothie. Rabbi Smoothie. Hey, he hit me. Hey, he anti-Semites. Hate crime.
When he act like he got hit.
Yeah. Like, that is them in a nutshell as a whole people. Right there. When nothing happened, they're like, nobody believes you anymore, Rabbi. Who touched you? Nobody touched you. I got it all on camera anyway. He runs up on him all on clothes. This is how they act. But then the problem is, people previously have been persecuting the person without investigating the crime.
Right.
Now people starting to look at the crime like, man, that really happened anyway.
Yeah.
Why are you crying wolf?
They motherfuckers got red-handed.
Yeah.
And the police
People just came down, poured concrete and smoothed it out and walked away. Like, hey, all kind of shit in there, man.
Yeah.
Evidence.
Yeah, mattresses,
Yeah, baby car seats,
baby car
and
seats,
high
chairs,
toys,
beer bottles.
yeah, man. Yeah, liquor next to the
Liquor.
bed. Come on,
What the
man.
fuck was going on down there?
dirty mattresses, baby high chairs and shit.
Dogs, like, hey, man, what's going on in here? It's all dingy, dirty. It look like a goddamn cave.
What about the motherfucker that got caught taking pictures of a little girl? I don't know if it was a boy or
Yeah.
girl.
Seen that.
Was it the airport or the DMV? The airport?
Why he ain't get stomped out?
Yeah.
Man, that's really showing that they came where it's like
Yeah.
they can't really
Can't do nothing.
can't do nothing.
You gotta wait till your house, and that's the message, by the way.
Wait, you
You can't touch nobody. We ain't here to touch nobody. We just letting you know what this man's guilty of. So when your house shot comes and puts his hands on him, that's on you. Hey, by the way, if you go out and touch one of these small hats, that's on you. What happens to you? Because that's not the message that we were told. We were told to just sit back and wait. Let this thing play out.
When I ask the question, it's like the niggas that's gonna be niggas anyway.
Yeah.
Why you picking and choosing when you want to be niggas?
Right.
Why you only want to be niggas towards your own people, but the ones that's really causing issues and actually affecting your community? Well, what's up? We're not encouraging it, but if you gonna be a nigga,
Yeah. You're gonna do the crime anyway, right? Where it matters.
We know thus said the scriptures that Judah is going to be roused up, and it says Judah shall be a terror to Egypt. So it's only a matter of time before these niggas begin to wake up and see who the real enemy is.
And you know what? What was that situation over in New York? It was two instances. One incident, and it was all both caught on camera. But one incident, this fucking rat, he was trying to get Jake to sell his property
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
for cheap or whatever.
Yeah, like
He was
he had
trying
some
to
court papers
some
and
court
shit.
papers, and was trying to basically tell him that he got to get out of there because he about to take over the property. So Jake was cussing him out. You could tell Jake wanted to do him in.
Yeah, he did.
You know?
So we don't care about that little fucking hat either.
Yes.
They know.
He said,
Yeah. He said, I'll smack that shit right off your fucking head. You know? But but that's been a thing for years over there.
Yeah.
In New Jersey and New York is what them devils been doing.
Oh, Ginger, they've been.
They're trying to gentrify and price you out of your own community.
They want everything.
They want it
They
all.
let your crime drop the property value. They go in and buy it, and then they raise the property. They refurbish it. And they push you out because now you're priced out. You can't afford to live there no more.
Right.
That's their play.
That goes back to that evil covetousness. Habakkuk 2. Like you kicked out of 100+ countries, but everywhere you step your foot in, you's taking over and forcing people to have to migrate because they can't afford. It's like the same pattern everywhere you're at. And then on top of that, it's turmoil. You know? We were just talking about before we cut the camera on down there in Mexico. How the rat bitch that they put over there.
Oh yeah.
It's no secret now. In which she was in bed with the cartels. There's a reason why it's so chaotic down there. But that helped them facilitate the rollout, where now all of the citizens down there, you're now going to come up under this new digital system. The monetary system is now digital. You gotta register your phone.
You have to have even back in 2025, they sent a mandate out saying all citizens gotta have a digital ID.
Yeah. So all this is beginning to roll out all of a sudden, but you had all this chaos right before.
Hey,
Because you set up the environment so they can actually roll it out.
you know, the test
Or out
trial,
of chaos.
the test trials is coming closer and closer to Babylon. Remember, it was just China, Sweden. Now they in Mexico. So where do you think the next stop's gonna be? It's gonna be here in Babylon. Where's going to be a requirement for everyone has to have a digital ID. Everyone has to obviously eventually go all cashless.
Verifying.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
you used to have the thing VeriChip. Verifying a chip that verifies your identity. So you can't identity theft.
I got Psalms 10 and 8 in the GNT. They hide themselves in the villages, waiting to murder innocent people. They spy on their helpless victims. They wait in their hiding place like lions.
They just place them right in the cut, and they got it mapped out. What they're gonna do, what land they're gonna take, what puppet leader they're gonna put in office.
And that's what they did with the whole Middle East. So how much more your neighborhoods? It's nothing for them to do they have to at least go to war. Over here, they can take your neighborhoods, do paperwork.
On top of that, like they know, they study Jake, because Jake being the plain man, being simple, Jake just do the same shit. So they know, based off of how Jake lived, they know how Jake gonna react if certain things happen, because Jake lived a simple life.
But also, Jake don't really have any power. Notice they going to, like, especially in Latin America, all the tribes are pretty much over here. But what power do we have? Where foreign nations can come and take over your land and rule over you, and control the resources over us.
They have certain laws where if you buy a certain amount of real estate and here in Babylon, you get citizenship. It's like that. But they making it's hard jumping hoops to get a damn work card or some shit. You know what I mean? You a rich Edomite or another nation coming here, there's certain laws. So I'm pretty sure it's probably no type of laws
that goes according to the curse, where it says the stranger that is within thee shall get thee above thee very high, that shall be brought low. So wherever we're at, we're going to be in a low position, despite sitting on a land that's flowing in resources. You know, if anything, they're gonna come over there and they're gonna exploit it, but they're gonna make you distribute it and ship it out and package it and you mine it. They're gonna make you do the work, and they get rich off of it.
They sell it back to you.
Yeah.
Then you buy it from them.
That's all they gonna do.
Finish this off. It says they lie in wait for the poor. They catch them in their traps and drag them away.
Yeah, man. That's why, Yahweh Shai is going to come and avenge us. You know? We are, like it says over there in Zephaniah, this will be minus 40, I think it's in Zephaniah 3. Doesn't have to be an
Afflicted and poor people, you should trust in the name, not that one, right?
What is that?
That was verse
12.
12. That's it. It don't say try to do it. It said for poor people. Also
Afflicted and poor people. That's it.
Zephaniah 3:12. I will also leave in the midst of thee and afflicted and poor people. Verse 11. In that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all thy doings, wherein thou hast transgressed against me. For then I will take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride, and thou shalt no more be haughty because of the holy mountain. I will also leave in the midst of thee and afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Afflicted and poor people. So all the Lord left us basically nothing but to trust on Him.
we got right
And
by
have
them.
faith. Prisoners of hope. But if we endure, the Lord is going to beautify the meek with salvation. It says the meek shall inherit the earth. So yeah, we're going to be the ones that's going to be without. We're going to be the outcasts, so to speak. We're going to be the nation that's not desired. We're going to be poor and afflicted. Well, it seems like our enemies are winning and they doing what the hell they want to do. But this is only just for a moment, man.
Verse 18.
Zephaniah 3:18. Behold, at that time, I will undo all that afflict you,
And it's gonna get bad before it does it.
and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out, and I will give them praise.
Gather her that was driven out. Because we were driven away from what? Our land. We're in the western hemisphere. We're in the uttermost part of the earth. Still yet this day subject to pagans. Still yet this day in our captivity. Catching it. And we drunk of the cup. Now these other nations, they start to feel what we've been feeling. Especially Esau. He crying on the internet, crying on TikTok, crying in their car and shit. You know?
That reminds me of the scripture when the Lord says, or when the scripture says, humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of the Most High, and He will exalt you at your time. Which means we gotta endure our punishment for this time being. Like we read it last night. The nations they witnessed our downfall, but soon they're gonna witness us being our salvation.
Root 4 and 25. Somebody can grab it. But yeah, you finish what you have.
Back in Zephaniah 3:19, it says, "Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out, and I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame."
Yeah, everywhere where we were a byword and a proverb, we were a refuse, we were exploited, we were looked down upon. You know, the Lord's going, he's going to make us a praise and give us fame. And the main way he's going to do that is through the strangeness of our salvation. Everybody will get to see they're going to witness the transition. We went from being lowly and meek and meted out and drawn to becoming that new Jerusalem. You know, for the Lord, we're going to be transformed into another glory. Because on this side, we were seeing that, you know, we didn't have any power. We didn't have anything.
The power of how we're protected, and then how we ascend up, and how we defended with that power. That's going to be miraculous to the people. You know, they're not going to want to run up against us no more. A couple people going to try. We're going to see how it's going to go down. Scripture foretold.
If you shall see you, you shall not be able to do anything against you.
Yeah.
Verse 20. It says, "And at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and praise among all people of the earth. When I turn back your captivity before your eyes, say it, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai."
See, when the Lord delivered us out of Egypt, it was an inkling of that. When the Lord demonstrated His power miraculously to deliver us up out of there, and the fame of what happened traveled throughout the known world. That's why by the time we were about to go into Jericho, you already had that fame and what the Lord did for His people.
Hey, I was thinking when we got that, when that fame was heard worldwide, you know Esau was salty as hell. He was salty. Yeah, that's why he let it slide through. That nigga is salty. He gonna be more salty this time.
Yeah.
You know?
Because the second salvation, you know how viral that's gonna be. But and see, back then, we wasn't changed into the likeness of a extraterrestrial figure. We were still mortals walking out of Egypt. As soon as we got into the wilderness, Jake started dying off. You know? Still was falling in sin, still was worshiping idols, still complaining. So we were still corruptible, we were mortal men. But this time we coming out incorruptible and immortal. That's the difference. So you better believe the praise and the fame that's going to reach globally. They're going to see us go, everybody, the whole world's going to see this event. As it says, when the Lord comes back, every eye shall see him. You know? These people are going to be draped in fear. You know?
That's part of the good news, man. That's what we trying to, you know, first and foremost, we trying to get Jake to repent, man. But the latter end of that is that glory. Like Jake think the end all be all is looking down from some tall ass skyscraper, smoking a blunt. We made it. Like that's not life, bro. Listen, we got a better glory, man. It says we look for a new kingdom, new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
And that's part of the repentance is going to make you look for righteousness. You don't mind being swindled the next man. You don't mind that because you feel like I come up. But if you're already on top, the last thing you want is somebody to be looking to swindle.
Ain't nobody tell you shit.
All that's going to be taken away.
Like to back the point up, the scripture said that
And that's the problem. I was glad you mentioned that's not the transition, but we're trying to get you people to understand that all these things are happening in your favor if you're righteous, if you repented, if you come back and acknowledge your offenses. These things are set up for you to prosper and make your life now better. Yeah, it's going to get harder and you're going to have responsibility, but you start realizing when you seek responsibility, repentance and righteousness, guess what? Things get better overall. Then the next life is when you really win. That's when you really win. It don't even end, and then there is no end to this. Just kind of translate to the next one.
That's why Jake's got to get out of that envious, oppressive spirit. Envy what he has and what he has in control of. But you don't even realize it's all corrupted. This is his world, so he can choose to give a bit of a piece of a crumb of his kingdom to you if you would basically sell your soul to him. But outside of that, you ain't going. This is Esau we talking about. He wants you out of existence for his birthright back. So that's, when you read what's that Psalms the 37th chapter, that really should prepare your mind. Don't be jealous. Don't envy with this devil, but he succeeds at it. Right? Don't envy his success. It's going to be short-lived.
Since it gets an evil work, not executing therefore.
Yeah, he's gonna get judged, and all of it's gonna get taken away from him. It says that in Job the 20th chapter. He's gonna vomit up everything that he took.
That's the difference between the kingdom of heaven and in this place. This can be taken, any and everything can be taken away from him. Yeah. And Esau's kingdom can be taken away from him and will. The kingdom of heaven is forever. You ain't gonna stick up the Most High. You ain't gonna, it's not gonna happen. And us being sons of Yasharallah, ain't gonna fuck with us either. You got your kingdom, you got your name, you have your substance. You don't have to worry about it ever perishing. You don't have to worry about them coming and taking taxes or envious nigga burning down your house. None of that. Here you have to worry about all of that. I always give the example, but niggas do always say you can own the house, but you gotta get property tax. You can have an account that deducts the property tax for 100 years, and the nigga can still come and throw a Molotov cocktail through your house and burn the shit down. Right. Yeah, like that. It's a Jake that lost his house like that.
I got it. It's like the markets are all fucking manipulated.
Yeah.
He manipulates all of them.
Yeah. His favor.
And yeah.
Not yours.
Yeah.
Now they're making it so that you can't even pass on your home to your kids. If you own your house and you die, the state is trying to pass laws so that you can't get handed over to your children. Man. They take over.
Hey, what did they say? If you won't own nothing, you have
Nothing. The things that you own now, you don't really own.
You can't even own your own music. The moment you start paying your subscription, streams is over. You don't have CDs and albums and music. And that's what people need. It's over. Movies, games. You don't have a physical copy no more.
Shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated.
Hey, so we're
go ahead.
Niggas want to be hasty. Don't be hasty to get past this life, man. There's more to it than just this life. Just our job is to just sit here and be patient, wait for the prophecy to unfold on our behalf. It's gonna look like it's not for our benefit, but it's all for our benefit. Okay, even the trial, chastisement that we gotta go to the end of this thing. It's all for our benefit. Now, a nigga ain't gonna see that it's for his benefit because his mind is still locked into what Esau did. And Esau, when you repent, you come out of that, now you can see that, okay, everything that's happened is bringing this man down so the Lord can return and lift us up, man.
And the sinner should not escape with the spoils, man. This man has spoiled the whole world. And through what it says, riches gotten by deceit, you know, injury, you know. This man thinks he's gonna actually hold all the resources and the precious metals, everything that's valuable in the earth. He's trying to hoard it up and set up a kingdom where only he has access to these things. You know?
You gonna have the digital version, he gonna have the real version.
Yeah. Somebody get James 5.
Job 20:15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly.
See, he took all the gold. He took all everything. He wants all the cobalt. He wants the lithium. He wants everything. While he's trying to gather that through wars, he's going to give you digital what? Digital what? Bro, something through a fucking computer. Yeah.
Cut you off. He gave it to you, but he gonna tell you how to spend it, where to spend it, and how much time you got to spend it.
Basically, the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. I said that's what he wants to set up in the world, man. And he wants all of us to be beggars.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say in that Palantir commercial, I believe it was Palantir, they told him you reached your meat protein allotment. Now resort back to mealworms for your protein. Like he could tell you, like you need more protein, but you can't get it from beef no more. Now you gotta go get it from bugs.
We ain't even say plant protein or nothing.
Yeah, straight bugs. Okay.
Even though some bugs are righteous, but still.
Yeah, that's the first choice.
Right.
So many other places get protein, but this is the type of control this man's gonna have.
What was that woman that was speaking at World Economic Forum? She was talking about how oxygen and potentially nothing should be free.
Yeah, it's not right.
It's not
You're right. Yeah, I don't remember her name. Right. Air,
You said air, oxygen, air,
water. You're talking about
water. All of that shouldn't be a human right.
You got God-given rights. What's that? It's a rock.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yes.
You got God-given rights. That's all, people on the planet Earth to enjoy water, oxygen, food to eat.
That's why I says riches are not coming for a nigga. It's not like he got access to all these resources just to distribute it. He can still be the richest man in the world and provide for those in need.
Yeah, he still could be doing making profits, you know, and doing righteously, man. But it's just not in him to do it to go the right way. He can't do it.
So that is lifted up and not upright. Let favor be shown unto the wicked, he will now learn righteousness.
Yeah, because when the elect are set up and the government is set up, there's gonna be large profits. The nations are gonna bring their wealth, you know, to the kingdom, man, and they're gonna benefit too. There's gonna be a trade, you know. Everybody's gonna benefit. Not and this right now. It is only a small group of people that are benefiting from the misery.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, man. These devils, man, they're insane. And so you're the people in which the law says that they that bless you should be blessed. But why is it that people they leave you an opening and then you fuck them over? It's like you get cursed for blessing these devils. You know?
Well, you said it. You said it, you know, through the Spirit.
Yeah.
You get blessed when you curse for blessing the devil. You know, when it said do good to the godly,
You don't
help
gotta
not
sin.
the sinner. That's where you can curse for the sinner. He will turn into the dark, basically.
Know who you do good to.
Yeah. So you gotta know who you're helping. And if you think the small hat is it, you're never gonna get nothing good coming back to you.
Hell no. Hell no. You know? He's too covetous. When you read Sirach, the 14th chapter, the first half of it is going into the nature of somebody that's greedy, that's selfish with they're super envious of they self. That they'll be willing to harm themselves and others because nothing satisfies them. That's how these devils operate. So that's why the world is being leached out. The blood of the earth, everything in it is being sucked. You know?
They're not letting the earth rest.
No. He's not giving it no time at all.
Violating, raping the earth, man.
Yeah. Well, let's just suck oil, dig for, you know, these minerals, you know,
Drop bombs here and there, release this toxin to this river, this lake. Let's fly something over the world. Drop barium oxide, aluminum,
I don't understand.
all type of toxins.
Dropping the bombs, it does something to the mantle, the core, it does something to every aspect of life of this earth, of the what is it called, mantle, because it's an imbalance, you know.
Jeremiah 51:25. Behold, I'm against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord, it will destroy all the earth. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain.
And when he does natural shit, unnatural things in the earth, they rain out of nowhere.
Test bombs.
Yeah,
Let's just
when they
test
do
it.
that, guess what? Everything that dissipates, and it never gets it back at the end of the day.
Snatching that oxygen out of the air.
And so imagine if I was a bee, the whole the earth don't balance it. And he goes and cut deforestation, just start changing the messing up the balance.
Let's just burn it.
Yeah, let's just burn it. We need this. We need this. The data center right
That's what we're telling you, Jakes. Don't envy this man. This is what he literally has to do around the earth to get what he actually has in possession. You niggas is envying. You know? So you niggas don't have the same amount of wealth and power he got, so you just terrorize your own niggas. He just go and terrorize the earth and get it. That's the difference.
control the whole industry.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Niggas local. Yeah, local people. Yeah. You got the Esau's mindset, but you just gonna keep it local.
Trouble's less.
They just wanna take over blocks and shit. Instead of fields and shit like that.
Sirach 14:3. Riches are not only for a niggard, and what should it be?
Basically, if they are somebody's stingy.
What should it be his man for money? He that gathereth by
Yeah,
defrauding.
you know, in this correlation,
If somebody still got Gmslv,
the envious person. patience and policies on our side. Those days are coming, but you got it, bro.
I had that Ciroc, I believe it was 10, and Ciroc 10 and 31, the NLT, TNT, I mean, says if someone is honored while he is poor, think how much he will be honored if he becomes rich. If someone is despised while he is rich,
That's why it's most important that we're not looking for the honor now. We're looking for being honorable toward our Father, toward the Heavenly Father. We're talking His righteousness.
Just like Yahushua.
Yeah, he didn't have money when he was down as Yahushua, but he had all the power. But he didn't go around assaulting people, robbing people.
He didn't exercise his power.
Hey, y'all remember the movie Groundhog Day? The first thing he tried to do was go rob him so he could have money. Then he got it. He was like, "This shit was easy. It's whack. I gotta do it again tomorrow. I just did all that yesterday. I gotta do it again tomorrow." But when he started realizing his inner man had to become richer, that's when he was free from that. Okay, it's similar for us. Remember, in a wicked society of Groundhog Day, we're gonna repeat the same bullshit till we repent and change the way that we think and the way we move. Y'all got it?
back in us, Ciroc 10 and 31, it says, if someone is despised while he is rich, think how much more he will be despised if he becomes poor.
Hey, he is gonna be.
That's the headline, bro.
He's gonna be worse than the lowest nigga today.
You know how you treat niggas, especially old niggas or whatever, homeless people. People get treated today, Jake. And you be like, you walk around them and you be like, ugh, that's wrong. Imagine an Edomite. The motherfucker stink now.
Right.
He don't take showers now in his rulership. He got 2 bedroom houses, 7 bedrooms. He don't take showers. Imagine how nasty his mouth teeth.
I got a pretty. He's a like Joe Paul. These are children of fools in the basement. I wouldn't even set them among the dogs of my father.
You're my dog, please.
Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doeth deliver us out of their hand.
That's straight up punishment.
Yeah.
And how them motherfuckers, man? Them? Bro. These motherfuckers don't like you're attracted to prepubescent children. You know? You like, come on, man. The motherfucker that don't even want to cook his meat all the way. You want to eat blood. But he can create the moral compass around your society.
This is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong. See, you Jakes have
Confuse you about your gender.
they go with it. Change history to think that he wrote history as he's a victor all the time. You know, he's the scientist, the great inventors. You know,
Scientific racism, Darwinism.
yeah, Darwin, yeah.
He wants you to shave so you can get a job. Which in ancient Greece, men actually shaved because they were seen as a feminine thing. So to have the look or the appearance of a woman, so that a man can actually deal with you. That was what they was doing in Greece.
Then the Philistines cut off the beards, halfway cut off the beards of David's.
Big garments.
They couldn't come back until their beard fully grown. This man, he wants you to shave it all off, just for consideration at a fucking office job or some shit, you know, or a damn retail job. Customer service. So yeah, man. You know there was an act of a higher power to put him where he's at, and to bring us low. Because going back to the birth, it said that one people shall be stronger than the other.
Younger, so these motherfuckers are actually born servants. They're born as servants.
Some Jakes, they'll put, hey, niggas will put actual leashes on the neck of they eat them like crusty ball. Walk them on the lawn and shit.
I see on the knees.
I saw Jake. He had two of my wives, and he was to stay at home.
Yeah, guys. Back in Sirach 14, verse 3, riches are not only for a nigger, and what should an envious man do with money? He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul, gathereth for others, that shall spend his good righteously. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his good. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
That's why Esau has this track record. The whole entire world is always shameful speaking and bring up the history of what this man has done since he's been in power. All you've been doing is just robbing and pillaging, plundering. That's pretty much your reputation. You done cut off nations. You done removed landmarks.
After the lands where they live. I'm this, I'm that, and the nations are confused.
Yep.
Okay, James.
It is Sirach 14 and 6. It says, there is none worse than he that envieth himself. And this is a recompense of his wickedness. It says, and if he do it good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he declares wickedness. The envious man hath a wicked eye, he turneth away his face, and despises men. A covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his.
Read that again.
The envious hath a wicked eye, he turneth away his face, and despiseth men.
Hey, it makes me think of what's that? Proverbs 23, where it says, where he says, eat and drink. The Lord is not with thee. Eat not the bread of him that hath an evil eye.
It's Proverbs 23 and 6. I start at 5. Wilt thou set thy eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves beings. They fly away as an eagle towards heaven. Eat.
That's what Esau, that's what torments him. It's him one day waking up and all his power and everything that he fought hard, every war that he fought,
wouldn't let us go. It's like,
Yeah.
you look, nigga, you got the fields, you got the rivers, you got everything. Now I just want to work the fields. I just want to mine that gold.
Exactly.
Eat thou not the bread of him that have an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats.
Hey, so in other words, this dude is acting like he's trying to give you a helping hand, or he's trying to be the man to help you in time of adversity. You better believe he got ulterior motives. He'll find a way to somehow use you until he no longer needs you. He does it all the time. He does it with his the music industry. He take all of these celebrities and entertainers, and then he milk them dry through these contracts, and they sell all these records and all these units, so that the record company can generate all this money. And then when he no longer can be a commodity no more, and not sell it no more, what does he do? He kick him to the curb. Cut you out, cut you out of a contract, or he might put your ass to death and then take over your estate, because your catalog is worth more dead than when you were alive.
These niggas to do it too. He hired niggas to kill you rappers and all that shit.
He drops your location, man.
They're profit on it.
He put out insurance policies on me.
This man, he got.
But Jake think that they get less when they get their contract. They see their first little big lump paycheck. That's not even a half of a piece of a crumb to him. Like Kanye said, it was a happy meal, but it was a crappy deal. Look at this nigga.
At least came with some toys like a Happy Meal. Yeah.
Look at this nigga Floyd now. Floyd is, bro. This nigga's supposed to be retired and traveling the world and doing. This nigga is back in slavery. He had to.
He supposedly
out
had.
of money. I gotta kiss his ass, kiss his small ass ass, to retain some.
You gotta get back on that hamster wheel for us, nigga. Make that bread for us.
Nigga fight 3 times.
So you can pay off your debts.
Nigga got all kind of tax liens and shit. Nigga was a millionaire once. Yeah, sure. Still in the purchase.
You try to live large, man. You live large after you retire. That money's not coming in like it used to be. You gotta learn how to live a life that fits the level that you're at, man. You own like 3 private jets and shit. Like,
Artists, entertainers, actors, athletes started off making all this money and generating all this money, but then they died broke. They still alive, but they ain't got nothing to be their kids.
They got all this money now. They got to get a regular job at Starbucks. They don't grow up working, but Jake's don't got the wisdom to maintain.
See this man, I wish I said, we shall give an exchange for his soul. What profit do a man gain if he show, man on the road to lose his soul? Just like Esau, he's a covetous man. So he gonna bait you into that contract thinking that you gonna gain from him. But now you lose your soul, so now you owe the rest of your life to him. And he gonna keep you being his slave until you're dead, and then he gonna continue to capitalize after you demise. That's how it's set up, man.
Thinking that you still appear like you nigga to all the Jakes that don't know, little niggas. You fucking bugging for yourself. All these rappers and shit, man.
Because you says what in the next verse? Eat and drink, and saith.
Oh yeah. For as he thinketh in his heart, so he is. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee.
Yeah. Like it says back in Psalm 14. You know, he's really turn his face from you.
Verse 8, it says, the envious man hath a wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despiseth men. A covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul.
Man,
A wicked,
the iniquity of what?
it says, and the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul.
It drives up his soul. Meaning all integrity, you know, any ounce of character, all that shit goes. That don't even matter. Fuck morale. That's why they have no, like, to get back on Evelyn. That's why it's nothing for them to bomb cities with children and babies. You know, there's nothing for them. They'll bomb a whole town and have no ounce of compassion.
Verse 9, a covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul. A wicked,
And that's why he has no humanity. His soul is driven his evil covetousness. No humanity, man. He'll make sure you go without lights. He'll make sure that utilities is sky high.
Knowing they have the resources to
Yeah.
give everyone free electricity, free water, and free. Look at this big ass desert. And they can't put enough solar panels up there to power the city. What keeps happening?
But yeah, there's nothing for him to keep those data centers generated. Keep that, you keep that on.
Hey,
Yeah.
so tell me right now. What's the small portion power the whole world?
Yeah.
We know.
He has the ability and the authority to take care of people. But he ain't gonna do it. He can take care of himself.
He got the evil to himself. My data center, I need my data center. So I'm gonna take all your supply, we need that for our data center. We still trying to keep God on Earth through this technology. See, that's the covetousness we're talking about. This man is a freaking monster, man. He's a straight monster. And he can, this motherfucker got cloud seeding technology where you can cause it to rain. But he gonna make sure you go through that drought though.
no trees, no fruits,
Yeah.
no vegetables are planted to
Yeah.
grow that crop that harvest.
He got spiritual power on the left hand side to make it rain. But he ain't gonna do nothing righteous. He just rather still weaponize it.
Yeah, he could fix it.
same chapter. Yeah, he's about to read down to
Verse 7 it says, and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness.
And that reminded me of that when the elder said about how they got the technology to make it rain. But even that, the rain is polluted. You can't collect it and drink it because it's polluting the produce that is coming from. It got metal in it.
Yeah. It's a crime to collect rain. Rain is a crime.
They had a machine. They had the machine on Amazon that makes water out of air, but I don't know if that shit's still on there now. It was only like a couple $1,000, but he saw
Micah 2 at the top. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
yeah. That's all he's concerned with. You got what I want, so I'm gonna take it. Yeah. That's just what he do. He has the power to do so. So every day there's a new operation being run. To satisfy his agenda, his desires. So the brother reading in Sirach 14 is breaking down the nature of an individual that's like that. You're a straight nigger. You have no regard for nothing. Just you and your own satisfaction.
Sons of the wicked, Cain,
Yeah.
Esau, the same type of spirit, man. Murder spirit. They guard, that's what we're supposed to plan earth with. Our job is to call it out through the scriptures. And to warn our people to turn away. You know, those who trust in this man. Repent. Turn to the Heavenly Father and the Son.
Right.
You know, so you won't receive, you know, that judgment that the Son of Perdition is about to get. You know?
Because he's definitely going into condition. That's the way for every deed that he's done. He's guilty as charged.
I got that before he's still one.
Back in Sirach 14, this is verse 10. It says, the wicked eye envieth his bread, and he is a nigger in his table. My son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself, and give the Lord his due offering.
The other precept.
The book of James, chapter 5. It says, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have
The silver, is gold even rust? I don't think so. Silver, that's all. That's silver that's not talking about little. It's talking about that it's highly don't have the same effect.
ye have heaped treasure together for the last days.
I'm sorry. Because Iran ain't trying to hear no deal. They're not trying to hear they just want to smoke. They're past making money deals. They got it. We doing better than y'all. Damn, I'm winning. Fuck out of here. And then you come like you winning. Fuck out of here. Let's play this out. Got it?
Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you, kept back by fraud, crieth. and the cries of them which have reaped and entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
You're hearing that how everybody's starting to get tired of the labor in the workforces. All these, corporations, you capitalizing off of cheap labor, and what you're paying them is not keeping up with the living.
Just paid us enough to live.
Should have just paid us something, you know what I'm saying? And that was an Edomite feeling that way. He said you should have just paid me, to be able to live.
At least pay me enough not to work. Go to jail for life or whatever, arson or whatever you're gonna go for. To prove a point that you just should have gave him a little bit more. That's how stingy this guy is. All your product, $3 product,
That wasn't no. He didn't just wake up one day and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna burn this shit down. They had multiple conversations amongst each other.
they 600 or something crazy.
Yeah, they had multiple signs saying no smoking, flammable.
That's why the scriptures call him a murderer, right? If you defraud your neighbor of his living, that makes you a murderer.
That's it.
Continuing on in James.
Somebody did that. Start at 1.
Sirach 4:1, my son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes wait to wait long.
Don't let them wallow in their misery. Cause people got lives too. You ain't the only motherfucker that got a life.
They got kids to feed.
Yeah.
Remember Leo Cohen? I got family. I got kids to feed. You're already wealthy. That's rich wealthy.
Like what's
Fucking niggas,
enough, man? It's like you got multiple houses paid for. You got probably $1 billion in the bank, or not, 500 million in the bank. What the fuck more do you need?
Let me say something. This guy was there in Def Jam with Russell Simmons and Run DMC. He going back that far. Think about that. He going back that far. That's how much everything that happened out of Def Jam, he got a picture about since the early 80s. And he still won't more. By the way, Def Jam's still alive to 12 today.
That's just one, elite family.
You know how
That
many
song smell.
millions?
They're willing to commit incest to keep the generational wealth going within their nation. That's how they've been doing.
But to show you, we can put their wealth in a you can measure it. You can't measure the wealth of the kingdom. You can't measure the wealth of Yahweh Shai, and the true wealth is the knowledge. You can't measure that, because once we're in that second covenant, the knowledge is going to be infinite.
Yeah, we're gonna naturally be rich just by existing, pretty much. But moving in wisdom.
Priceless.
All right.
Earth gonna give us full abundance.
You be walking around, you know how you pick up stones on the beach? It's gonna be a ruby this big, and you're gonna probably throw it back.
That's why I was in Puerto Rico. That's how I first came home.
Remember, they were fighting over little nuggets of gold and shit, like the gold rush. They probably had gold, probably big as that thing right there. And it was just leave it in. Let's leave it in the river to help filter the water.
That's what a life would be, right?
When Cain did what he did, then he cursed the serpent.
serpent.
Basically, the earth
Serpent.
would be cursed.
Serpent.
Serpents, because of the serpent. And the serpent was what? Like it says in Wisdom of Solomon, because he was envious. You know, because of through the envy of the devil came death into the world.
There was so much gold away. They didn't even have to, like, you know how they mine? They had the mine. Just go pick your shit up. Go to the and pick it up. That's why these devils were so. When they found out how much gold was over here, they were just. It was just like, hey, we gotta send some gold back. We gotta send some slaves back.
Yeah,
You know,
to carry.
to carry.
You gotta imagine when King David's Navy came over, they probably was bringing it all to the shore. Like, we can't fit. It's gonna sink the boat. Let's just leave it here.
Yeah.
We don't need all of that anyway.
It's like certain beaches here in Babylon. I know it's a beach in San Diego. You can in the sand, you can see the sparkle and shimmer of the gold.
And then dark sand. Like,
Yeah, it's like darker. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Sand is dark.
So how much more 1,000 years ago, 500 years ago, before this devil came here? This place was like paradise. Before this devil completely destroyed it, put cement everywhere, cut down all the goddamn trees. I still had that scripture in Survive. 4 and 2. Make not an hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress. Add not more trouble to the heart that is vexed.
Reminds me of I'm sorry. No, it made me think of Isaiah 10, talking about the fatherless and the widow. You're not supposed to do that to them. First of all, he called the widowhood to make the children fatherless, but then he distresses us after the fact. He just bad all the way down. You took daddy off, you took him out of our life already. You still gonna oppress me? Yeah, mother. Damn.
The welfare system, you gotta go through loops. For the small hats, it's just
Yeah, as soon as you come over, bring back. Hey, you think it was special how immigrants or migrants were getting it when they came over? You should see the receipts of the small hats. They get more money. I mean, they get money over there. They get money for having children.
and then a month check on top of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they getting well taken care of.
Well, take care of
Free health care, housing.
Get extra money. You know how we was getting $1,000 for each child and shit. They get that every month. Imagine that a monthly stimulus for your child. And you might not. You got four children. That's $1,000 extra on top of the EBT, the Section 8, all that shit.
But you starving the rest, everybody else out. Everybody else got to starve so that they can live good. And this is the reason why the world is coming against them, man. The world is coming against them. Shit ain't cool.
And defer not to give him that is in need. Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from a poor man. Turn not away thy eye from the needy.
He might burn you shit down. You know, you ain't paying him what what he needs.
It's like you seeing your company make record profits, but y'all not getting no raise.
Right. It just be stagnant.
Yeah.
Like you just know that as long as I stay at this company, they're going to continue to pay me at a fixed wage, and I'm not going to get nowhere unless, you know, I outwork everybody in here, and then they promote me, and then you might make a couple extra dollars more than what you just make.
You get that couple.
But there's a cap.
Yeah.
As long as those positions are filled, you never get in there.
But upon getting that few extra dollars, you're getting more responsibility. So if
They want you to do more,
right?
They expect more out of you.
If shit go wrong, they looking at you. What happened here? Write a report, write a statement.
Yep.
Hey, what did that say? Turn not your eye away from the needy man?
Yeah, it says, and I'll read it. Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from a poor man.
Hey, prime example over there in LA. The homeless. You gotta get these tests and get the fuck out of here. Where the fuck you gonna go? You're homeless. You know? He saw dude homeless like that, man. Have no place to go, man.
He created the homeless environment because he's a nigger, and then turn around and enforce laws that'll criminalize homelessness. We got to take the homeless off the streets and put them in facilities.
Yeah. Basically, euthanize it.
And pretty much institutionalize them or euthanize them.
That's how
Might
they
relax too.
Yep, and that's how they got their money in the jail. When I was locked up, it was like a lot of homeless people like on drugs, like detoxing in jail and all that. They get paid for that shit, man. That's wicked as fuck, man.
I was gonna say, somebody I was talking to recently was talking about there was a killer. We were talking about a killer that was killing the homeless, and he said, I don't know why they stopped him. He said, let him keep going. We was talking about it. Then I brought it up to somebody else. And he was like, yeah, they should have let him keep going. Like, that's somebody's family member, bro. Somebody, at least somebody's son or daughter, at least. But they don't care about human life like that. Got the people thinking like that.
You mentioned the like the laborers, how they put a cap on you, and it's really no. They tell you it's room for growth, but it's really not. I remember seeing the video of this Jake. He worked for this company for like 20 years, and on the anniversary they gave him a gift card. I seen one. They gave him a bouquet of cotton. Real talk. They gave him a bouquet of cotton on his birthday. Man.
They gave a nigga that work over
Good job, nigga. Yeah, man.
They got GoFundMe for it. They got
That's fucked up, bro.
It says verse 5. Turn not away thy eye from the needy, and give him not occasion to curse thee. Man, and go with that. You was talking about the factory.
Yeah. So that's why, going back to James 5, the Lord basically said for you rich men, eventually you're going to have to howl. Because you're going to have to cough all of that up. You're going to vomit it all back up, man. You thought you could just have it one way, like it was just going to be one-sided for the rest of the time. That's not how it's going to work, man. How you rich, man? Because you misuse your resources. You didn't do the right thing with your riches. All right. Somebody have anything else?
I had that quick Surah 39. This is about life. It's Surah 39, 25. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. For the good are good things.
So what to do with those principal uses is about to read about? It's supposed to be they're given for everybody on the earth to prosper with. So everybody has life, and everybody was put in and work, and built to the greater good of the planet. When we get in the kingdom, we don't do that. We're just going to be I won't say taskmasters. We're going to be the rulers that appoint things to be done a certain righteous way. Because him in control, he said, yeah, just bring it right in the factory, just put it right in there for me, and then you're going to come back and need something. I'll give you a little bit of money. You're going to get it right back and get what you just gave, what you had in your hands already.
See, when this is verse 25, it says, for the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of a man's life are water, fire, iron and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil.
One level is important enough to make it. You got to pay for water. We used to sell this jumbo strip. There's an oxygen pump. You go buy oxygen. Think about that. It's outside. But you go in there and people lining up and sitting down on oxygen.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah,
when I first seen that shit,
It's to keep the hangover from happening.
Yeah, he ain't put in on the creation of anything. You are a mere creation. You want to monetize everything that you didn't create. I'll let you know what type of individual you're dealing with. You know what I mean? These these are all the things that are principle for a man's use, and he want to turn it and corrupt it.
They become God-given rights.
These things are freely. It should be freely enjoyable for you as a human.
Highly abundant.
So I asked the chat what countries don't pay for water. This is no country provides completely free water for unlimited use. But it says free subsidized water in Ireland, Turkmenistan, how do you say that? South America. But it says countries with very cheap water: Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates. So
just to be able to push
right,
it
right.
out to where you need it, where the houses is at.
Right.
That's pretty much what you pay for that.
Yeah. You're just paying like
Maintain.
and that ain't nothing but hell for us. Probably like 50 cents.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you come that compared to their currency,
Right.
you know, it ain't no. So how much more?
My water bill high. Cut that damn water off, my water bill high. You got heard about that. It's all sometimes showers down in 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 5 and 8 NLT. It says, don't be surprised if you see a poor person being oppressed by the powerful, and if justice is being miscarried throughout the land. For every official is under orders from higher up, and matters of justice get lost in red tape and bureaucracy. Even the king milks the land for his own profit. It says, those who love money will never have enough. How meaningless to think that wealth brings true happiness.
Yeah, because you're never satisfied, even when you continue to have it. You just got to keep getting more and more and more.
I looked up what countries have free electricity or subsidized electricity. Turkmenistan, Kuwait, Qatar or Qatar, India, South America,
No Western nations have been named.
Saudi Arabia,
Neither my red nations.
United Arab Emirates. So you know it's probably some few more in between, but these are. So why you can't? America's supposed to be the most wealthy country. Why the fuck we can't get subsidized water or electricity?
Let's answer that question for you. It's not that America's wealthy. It's about they have the most wealthy people in it.
Right.
Meaning they're getting over the most on the individuals to hoard up the wealth for themselves. That's what it's really describing. It says the most wealthiest nation. And then so they're willing to invest in and pay for high level of military and different things like that they're paying for. Why do you think Bill Gates is always investing in certain types of shit?
But it shows you.
Musk and that.
I would say they show you that their leaders, you know, they care a little bit more, obviously, for their people and their well-being than this wicked-ass government setup here.
Talking about Gaddafi. Trying to make all this.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't look at healthcare, but I know it's a bunch of countries that got. Canada got free healthcare. Various places in the EU. I mean, Europe have free healthcare.
They free healthcare and don't have that long list of chemicals
Right.
like America has. Think about that. They put 19 extra chemicals in your food to create the food, and then they charge you for healthcare when the effects hit you.
And if what you do have to pay for healthcare, it's not even a percent of what you would pay. Here, you go here, you got over there, it may hit you with, make you pay for the prescription. That's it. And I mean, various different countries. You know, that's how they keep you takes under because you're subject to we subject to payments. You have to pay this and pay this and pay this. And by the time you get around to paying all your utilities and your bills, how much you got left? A few $100?
It's Isaiah 5 and 8. It says, what sorrow for you who buy up house after house and field after field until everyone is evicted and you live alone in the land.
What's that?
Isaiah 5,
Black
8,
Rock.
NLT.
Yeah. Black Rock.
Vanguard.
There you go.
Hey, you know them same people are investing in the Elysium space station. Trying to get up there. Trying to. They're trying to make it like the Jetsons. When they're just above, way up here on the pedestal. Yeah, it's funny, I saw saw a breakdown of those cartoons. The Flintstones and the Jetsons go together. The Flintstones is after they hit the bombs and the nukes, so they're living primitive down on the surface, but all the wealthy that had jobs and all that's in that New World Order system is up above the clouds, where all the pollution and the fallout and all of that is above all of that. They live futuristic. How can those two worlds exist? Well, nukes. That's what those two parts put together. They don't even fly down there. They're down there pushing with their feet, their cars. They're up there flying around above the clouds. Yes.
This is Lamentation 5. In GNT, I'm gonna start here at verse 3. It says, "Our fathers." Verse 4. It says, "We must pay for the water we drink. We must buy the wood we need for fuel. Driven hard like donkeys or camels, we are tired but are allowed no rest. To get food enough to stay alive. To get food enough to stay alive, we went begging to Egypt and Assyria."
Let them through.
Moab and Edom.
But hey, the point is, we can be mad at them, but they ain't got nothing to do with it.
They don't know what the fuck going on.
We got to oppress them now. Let Vernon Rothschild slide through here. We can cuss his ass the hell out, you know? Anyway, I got it.
Back in Lamentation 5, verse 4, GNT, says, "We must pay for the water we drink. We must buy the wood we need for fuel. Driven hard like donkeys or camels, we are tired but are allowed no rest. To get enough to stay alive, begging to Egypt and Assyria. Our ancestors sinned, and now are they gone? We are suffering for their sins."
We got a text right now. Running the lake. It says, bottled water is about to get really expensive in the USA. How much will you spend for fresh drinking water? You just haven't seen that right now. I don't know if you're watching the live stream or just the spirit city, but that's in the spirit right now. You know? I was on the list. Tell me this.
About the principal uses.
Yeah.
Water, let it be great.
It's fucking hell, man.
We can't walk up to a stream and just, you know what I mean?
Why can't they? They got the money. They can. You know, to make all our drinking water clear, where we can have alkaline water coming out of our faucets. But no, they recycle.
The niggas eat lobster and crab,
Right.
and oysters and all that shit. If you keep that in the water be fine.
It's funny how just solve your water issues.
Or they turn to put clams back in the water, like some type of
What
in New York.
they don't want Jake to be at a higher level of consciousness. You know, they want you to be at a low level vibration.
We want to tap into the spirit of
Yeah,
God.
they don't want that.
Let her be defiled and let our eyes look upon Zion.
Yeah, that's what they want. They want to. They promote the worst things to our people, man. The music, the entertainment, the food. Americans are some of the most uneducated people in the world. If you look at our women, if you look at our young men, super uneducated, man. You look at the IQ of the other nations that are high level, and most of their women are educated. They speak multiple languages, but not here. Why? our people are fucking dumbed down. You know, and we know that we're not here to be great in this society, in this kingdom. You know, but man, if you look around, our people are fucking retarded.
Willingly.
The shit they do, the way they act.
And a lot of it has to do with food that you eat. There's so many foods that are banned in other countries that's in your food supply, and it's what's, you know, contributing to the neurological effects that a lot of people have, neurological development, medical history, all that is all affected by your diets.
You saw praise to other gods.
Yeah.
Curses on the phone too. It's spiritual.
The level of vaccinations that get pumped into our kids, it's you know, that shit really affects our the brain development. You know?
These days, you don't even say you don't get your kids jabbed up, right? They put the shit in the food. So you get some form of whatever jab, you know.
But niggas don't eat vegetables.
But still, the nigga give their child a Lunchable. You know, that got all kind of bullshit in it. Or some goddamn fruit snacks.
You know that.
And fruit snacks ain't got nothing fruit about it.
Yeah, the fucking Lunchable usually have like a pack of Skittles in there. You know the kids don't eat Skittles.
M&M's.
All that food coloring and all that poison.
Ezekiel 4:13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
We've been driven all over the world, no matter what you look like or how you are. If you're an Israelite, you suffer.
All right. and the system here, the pyramid here was created so that we can never return to our we can never regain our memory, man. Remember who we are. You know, all the chemicals, all the misinformation, the education was created to keep us asleep, to keep us dumbed down, man, so that we can never mentally, spiritually return and remember that, oh shit, we are the children of Israel, man.
Look at this, right? It says several FDA-approved U.S. foods are banned or restricted in other countries, especially the EU, due to artificial dyes, preservatives, and growth hormones. Major examples include Kraft mac and cheese, Skittles, Mountain Dew, Ritz crackers, various breakfast cereals, which often obtain additives such as BPO, BHA, BHT, or red dye number 3.
That's in everything, man.
There's some.
That fucked up soccer player. That fucked up everybody. You go to the grocery store, the carts is empty now. That's what we're filling up Jake's cart. That processed stuff. Now that they done knocked off a lot of these processing plants, they ain't about to make a lot of that no more. So they're not gonna take it.
I was gonna say there's a water called liquid death.
Yeah.
I won't drink.
Who drinks that? What sane person looks at it and says, oh, this shit look good, man, and buys it? Liquid death.
Let me
I was
tell
like,
you
what is
what
that?
it is.
Cisco? What the fuck is in there? So like,
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Psalms 82 and 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
And just up to Confederate against me.
Yeah.
No, that's 83.
Look, it says preservatives or BHA or BHT, wheat thins, stovetop stuffing.
Oh, damn.
Jake loved to mash on that during Thanksgiving. Mini cereals, Rice Krispies, Frosted Flakes.
Oh, shit.
They could tear that up. Put some bananas and strawberries in the right? This shit is all contaminated. All the shit you buy in the store, they charging you $6 a box for that shit.
Yeah, no cereal. You know.
The cereal's got supplements, like the chemicals they use for paint.
Yeah, paint thinner.
Paint thinners, yes.
That guy likes to talk about
Are banned in the UK, EU, and Japan. It says Ritz crackers and certain baked goods from Pillsbury are banned in parts of Europe due to trans fats or potassium bromate. U.S. pork is banned in over 160 nations, including the EU and China, due to the growth drug ractopamine. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ractopamine.
yeah, because a lot of that shit get processed over there in China.
Well, they process that shit, but they don't consume it. They just sell it.
That's like
So it's like,
Goddamn devil.
where the fucking lawyer that gotta eat and drink all the bullshit?
Boy slap.
Valley of the shadow of death.
We not
Titanium dioxide found in Kansas.
They give niggas titanium.
I'm gonna see what candies.
They got like flame retardants in it too. How ironic that system set up.
It says titanium dioxide used as a whitening agent. It's commonly found in candies with white coatings. White acid detection. Starburst. It says all candies and confections contain titanium dioxide. Solid white rollers, strawberry puffs, sour patch it's supposed to be gummy bears.
That's made, but that shit is crazy. I think they gotta put like hazmat suits to make that shit.
That's horrible, right?
It is.
The name of it.
China white this shit is all fucked.
That was one of the cultural ones that was.
Yeah.
That's why when people do their detoxes, they have to detox the heavy metals. It's in everything.
Just the name of it.
And your children is consuming it. You wonder why they just bounce off the walls, ADHD, can't focus, their comprehension levels is not where it's supposed to be.
And that's what our remedy is. It takes us down to something like this. So now we know. Crazy.
so long. Hey, you're not doing nothing but suppressing the chemicals.
Clonidine.
As an adult, by the time you find out about this stuff, you already in the first stages of Alzheimer's.
That's why here, man, the cancer rates are just fucking off the charts. There's so many cancers here. You know? You don't know what you might what kind of cancer you might catch. Man.
But yet the FDA approved all this shit that's causing cancer.
FDA, CDC. Who's the head of those different organizations? Small hats. And they're gonna.
And through that, now you got to go to his pharmaceutical. So he's going to load you with more drugs.
Take this, and if this doesn't work, take this one once a
When
day.
that works in the side effects,
Yeah,
you need this
yeah,
also. Stop that.
Exactly.
The commercials, and we was laughing at us on commercial the other day. We was saying, oh, you got trouble, you had a rash or something, eczema or something. You end up being shortness of breath. Hold on, shortness of breath.
You about to
Check
die.
yourself because of my asthma, eczema. Now I can barely breathe. Like the symptoms are worse than I'll take the rash.
Exactly.
Right. So if right now we're lucky if we reach 60, 70, or 80, and we're still somewhat mobile and
Especially as a Jake.
you know.
We get more years taken off of our lives. He just consume it.
Anything, and them motherfuckers, all they gotta do is eat rice and tea and whatever else, and they live 100 years.
Keep doing tight
Yeah.
Yoga and shit.
I was gonna say this real quick before you but that's why let's talk about the small hats. They don't eat none of this shit.
No, it's going. That's going food.
Yeah, boy slap. They call it
Boy slap. Yep.
They really, when Jake start doing, like, I see one of them, I went to the little kosher market over here, at the grocery store. Oh, they're looking at me like, what going on? And I know what the fuck going on. I'm gonna start telling more people to come over here and shop this shit. It's gonna create a crazy tension too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They go there, they EBT shit, buying shit up.
Same thing they buying with.
Yeah.
It's all the money making game with them. Yeah. Keep you miserable, keep you suffering while they make money.
If you look at their kosher market, they have a whole grocery store in like a couple of aisles, but they got everything that's in the rest of the store. They really don't like you over there.
And I want to say something. They got certain little codes that they know. That got K on it and got like some kosher. It be the same product though. Yeah, and it got
U is animal or no animal testing, I think it is. And the K is for kosher. The triangle on it.
that was
Look at that.
you did a lesson on that, right?
Yeah, I probably did.
God, yeah.
That shows you that they have the ability to have that.
The whole
Everywhere. Yeah.
Back in Pringles, there's some little Hebrew writing and some shit on there, you know. So they don't eat that shit, but they probably own it. They make money.
It's the same scam with the USDA organic. With that organic label on it, that shit is a scam.
It's all just trickery.
Jake had, I used to know work at Walmart. He said, all that shit the same. All we do is put a sticker on it. You know what I'm saying? Just put a sticker on this is organic. This ain't organic.
the prices.
Solomon chapter 15, verse 12 in the GNT, it says, he makes of human life as just a game, a market where he can make a profit. He believes that he must make money whenever he can, even by evil ways.
That evil eye.
We gotta be free from this, man. Straight up, with he that increaseth in knowledge increases in wisdom. There's just no reason to be ignorant, man. What is it? How much longer is it supposed to be simple, right? It's simple, man. How long, man? Fuck. There's so much information out here. And all people should be crying to Yahweh about Shemel Shah, man.
got apps that you can just take a picture of the shit and tell you if it's good or not.
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
this guy such and such and all
Yeah,
that.
calories.
Ingredients and everything.
The other night I drove, it was late, I was driving home, and most things were closed, you know, most shops. The fucking line around McDonald's, bro, was literally wrapped around the building. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, these fucking people, they don't care about their health. They don't give a shit. It's so known that it's not real.
You get documentaries on it.
Yeah. You feeding that shit to your children, you still like, that corporation is making billions of dollars.
Sir, what a fucking billion, or at least 500 million calories.
People should be angry. They should be angry.
Because millions of children.
Yeah, that's hell, huh?
Straight up going on
It keeps the demons on. Like I didn't have to do it too. But he might have been an Edomite or he might have been a James. I couldn't really tell because the footage was kind of, the definition was a lot kind of grainy a bit. But it went viral. This is a fucking 12-year-old kid. He's obese.
14 pounds.
And his mother refuses to give him food. So he beat her. Somebody was filming our 12-year-old morbid obese son beating the shit out of her. Beating her to her own kitchen.
What is that?
Because she wouldn't give him anything else to eat. What do you think is driving kids like that?
Food.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah, man. And there's no way in hell you should be that young and that
They did?
Our kids only get one recess.
Yeah, we had like 3.
Jay
comes to school, running off.
We had the first recess, second recess, we had PE. Yeah, what they do, they got it like once a week. Some shit like that. Right.
And that showed you. You look at how much worse society becomes. More fights. There's more fights. That's one thing. If you want these teachers to stop breaking up all these fights and getting beat up, let these kids run it off. You won't need them if you let them give the teacher a whistle and let them run around outside for a half hour.
Oh, yeah, true.
I ain't had no phone, man. I was outside all day. All day.
It was stupid playing.
You couldn't wait to go outside after class.
Hell yeah.
You can get a pickup game with your friends.
We kept looking at the clock like recess.
Man, sometimes I would have to use the bathroom at recess and I wouldn't go because I wanted to play. I would end up using the bathroom until I got home. You know what I mean? Because you want to play. You want to play football or basketball, whatever.
Matter of fact, since you quoted it, Z, somebody grabbed that Job 10. It's just, hey, this is the land of darkness, man. Where there's no light and there's no order. Shadow of death.
Job 10 and 20 are not my days few. Since then,
Especially here. Your days is definitely gonna be few. Living here. Come on, everything.
Hey, if your woman is the greatest cook and all of that, and just, like you go home and it's peaceful and you got no stress and your bills are paid, there's still stress somewhere. That's enough to kill you.
A curse will find
So, yeah, your curse is gonna fall on you. Like, hey, see how it just rained right over us, but it's sunny. That black cloud follows Jacob around until he be destroyed. And if you don't use wisdom, it's gonna find you a lot faster and not preserve you through.
You said, especially as a man, but especially as an Israelite man, they know we the most vital, we the most, what's the word?
Resilient.
So even the ingredients we mentioned, this geared towards, not only do you got birth control, you got these different ingredients in these foods that make it to where a man got a supplement now.
Yeah, it took all the nutrients out of everything. We got a lot of foods that we do take. It got estrogen.
I'm called what you call it, not the amino acids. It's basically like all the chemical, not the chemicals, all the natural supplements that are supposed to be in water. I bought a little bottle of it from Urban Grounded, right? I started taking that shit and I got fucked up. I'm like, bro,
Like, no, what are you doing? You're used to this.
yeah, I'm like, I'm putting my water. I'm like, man, I got a headache.
Hey, these bodies can't handle the righteousness that's to come in our foods and how much nourishment we're supposed to have.
How
Nobody's
just
gonna sit up.
a small portion of food, we're supposed to get all the nourishment from that small portion. Not eating these large portions of big, big ass 48 ounce porterhouse steak and shit.
The food is not supposed to make you drowsy.
Right.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to get tired after you eat.
Feel bloated and shit.
Sometimes, like if I'm thinking about doing a lesson, I'll be like, let me do the lesson before I eat. Because if I eat before I do the lesson, I probably ain't gonna want to do the lesson. You feeling bloated. Your brain is kind of working a little slow now. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of get affected by that. So I prefer to do a lesson before I eat.
Empty stuff.
Yeah, man.
That's why the apostles always say, man, brothers should be mindful of health, man. Every brother should be supplementing, and you gotta couple it with your diet as well. You shouldn't just be eating like shit, and you really should be eating like a whole lot in a day, man. Not everybody gonna have the same routine, but gorging and being, excessively eating, you shouldn't be doing that. Back to Job 10 and verse 20. Are not my days few? Cease then and let me alone, that I may take comfort a little. Before I go, whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death.
What?
Even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death.
Land of darkness, even the shadow of death. Because darkness is associated with, ignorance, oblivion. But ultimately, when you're without the law, you're like, it's like you're naked. So you're in darkness. When you're doing works of evil, you're being in the dark. Your spirit is dark. You don't know what the hell you eat. You just eat just to consume. That goes back to the gluttony theme. Yeah. So we're in the land of darkness because it's heavily promoted. It's all this is a pleasure-seeking kingdom. So it's meant to keep you in darkness. But what comes with that? What negative effects come with overindulgence, surfeiting, death, bad health? Straight up death, man.
So Sirach 37 and verse 27 in the GNT, it says, my child, as you go through life, my child, as you go through life, keep your appetite under control and don't eat anything that you know is bad for you.
And he just ran off a list. I know it's heartbreaking. But hey, I'll tell you again, that comes from the out of habit or the wing help wing or something, they got cultural burgers over in their culture section. It's better than eating Doritos. They got natural chips. But you really got to get out of that because the family's coming.
Bro, it has to be said, man. I know, we men, we don't like to be told it sometimes because, hey, it needs to be said, man. You know, we gotta really focus on our diet and our health now while we're able to. Because it's gonna come a time where you're not able to go supplement. You ain't able to go online and buy those herbs. You don't know.
You can't go on a run. You're gonna be running for your life next run you go for.
Right. Right, exactly. We know what's ahead, what lies ahead in the coming days. The last thing you want to have is fucking health issues, man.
And we saw that in COVID. People that got hit the hardest, their diet was fucked up. They wasn't living right. They wasn't drinking enough water. They dehydrated. They get thirsty and drink something. Yeah, you gotta drink, good, decent water. Like it's a lot to this. We're not just here telling you, okay, just eat this scripture and that's it. No, we're giving you the fullness of the wisdom of these scriptures. And a lot of it's taken out and put it in your pocket. We're here giving it back to you. You ain't gonna hear this. You don't hear this at the church pastor ain't gonna tell you to drink more water, to look for alkaline or reverse osmosis or something. You know, to eat more leafy green vegetables because they got these nutrients in it. Even though Daniel outlined the difference of it versus just meat, cheese, bread, rice, starch.
People that have blood issues.
Yeah.
You know, you got certain herbs or certain vegetables that help you with regulate your blood.
I know y'all
Jake don't look into none of these things. That's why they're the main ones in the hospital.
Jake don't eat garlic raw. Jake don't eat horseradish. Barely like onions. Okay? Horseradish. There's a lot of other bitter herbs that you should just add into your diet. That'll help your digestion and help clean up all of the bad out of it. Break that meat down better. Okay, things like the fat and all, you like the gristle and all of that gonna need to get broke down some.
Certain teas you can drink that'll help you wean off of those cravings you have, like clove tea. It'll help you your blood sugar levels. It'll help you with craving, that sweet craving. Ain't nobody perfect, man. We all got different things that we might be weak to, sweets, salt, whatever it might be, meat. But even going back before you go back to the scripture, it mentioned being mindful of your diet. I'm not saying brothers should do it, but just referring to intermittent fasting. It actually gives you more energy. And this mindset that this Western society gave us, it don't really make sense. But when you actually do it, you're speaking from experience. You got more energy. Your body's not busy breaking food down. You have healing.
You're doing stuff.
Yeah. We don't have to eat 3 times a day, man. No. That was another lie.
Or a huge meal either.
So that's right there. Fasting, going with flowers, water, exercising. Exercising on an empty stomach feels good. You have more energy. You go further. Push yourself further.
And also, if you got interested in losing weight, that intermittent fasting it will help you as well, because when your body burn off that sugar and all that other shit that was in your body, it starts to burn fat.
It boils down to having discipline. You gotta be disciplined. People in the mountain line, the reason that discipline is shown. Unless you're trying to be, you're trying to win the Olympics. You're trying to be a Islamic athlete or something like that. They make it as if that's the only avenue to have discipline. No, you should have discipline in your everyday life.
As far as working out, workout ability exercise. It's good to be in the gym, but make sure that the muscle that you're gaining is actually going to be functional. Because working on Jake ain't leg day, right? But legs help a lot, man. That's your foundation. Legs help with your testosterone. It helps with the increase in your blood flow. The increase with your heart.
Legs help you.
Second heart.
or something
Yep.
like that? Yeah. So it's gonna move. What do you think is pushing it back up? Second heart. Pushing blood back up. So all of this is it needs to be in high. Matter of fact, somebody got it in Sirach 30, like 15. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's looking for it.
Was that everything on what you had?
Yeah. I think it is like 30, it's like 30, like 14, 15 around there.
Sirach 30 and 14. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth.
What did the Howard Shah say?
That's another reason why, Jake, man, get over this. You got to get over this, man. This is total hell. What we up here talking about? Who in their right mind would want to continue to live like that? Like this ain't a life. You have to live a life where you got to fucking check everything. Anything before you put it in your body, you got to turn around and read what's in it. Yeah, that's not that. In these other countries, they ain't got to live like that. They ain't got to worry about what's in their food. But over here,
yeah, you go to the third world, talking about the poor, the third world, go in their garden and pick it. Yeah. And bring it right in the house and cut it up and cook it. Yeah, you know?
Go to the grocery store and get a surprise. There's nothing as it. There's always some added shit.
yeah, man. Even the bullshit that they have over there. Like these other nations, they got their Taco Bells and McDonald's and shit like that. It ain't the same.
You heard about that KFC?
It's not the same.
KFC in Kingston? Yeah. It's like, this ain't the same.
Yeah.
Where they get these chickens from?
They said the same thing about Popeyes in Louisiana. Different.
Yeah, man.
Creole J.
It's not, I mean, it's not, I'm not saying that it's good food, but it's not as contaminated. You can eat it and be alright. But if you eat this shit over here, you wonder why you're coming up with something. So this is straight up hell, man. Who want to dwell here? Nah, that's why the scripture say, hasten to come to the nigga. You know? You gotta hasten, you know, for the Lord to return.
Back in Sirach 30, verse 16, there is no riches above a sound body, joy above a quiet mind. That is true.
We should be able-bodied, because hey, you feel I'm thinking about the other Yahshua said it a couple years ago, but the apostle said, hoping something don't do good. Special happens so they feel good for a moment. Now, this is what feel good. It says in Isaiah 28, this is the refreshing. Yet they were not here.
Get your little break, get your little dopamine hit. You gotta repeat the process Monday. Continue to work your life out. These motherfuckers get to kick their feet up. And you make their company all the money that they can hope for.
So I'm gonna come around twice a year and
Yes.
see what's going on. He ain't putting his hand in nothing.
There are no days to rest, man. Like, especially if the days is over. They just moving around all day, and then, you know,
Trying to catch up.
yeah, trying to catch
Running
up,
errands all day.
drinking alcohol, and you feel fucked up.
Putting it on top of that.
I'm not saying alcohol is bad, I'm talking about indulging it. It's
Trying to release and then test. Damn, I got the deadline at work. Trying to let it go. Type of situation. You was about to
Acts 30:16. There is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart. Death is better than a bitter life to continual sickness.
It said death is better than what?
Death is better than continual sickness. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
That's why you have people that are bedridden, whatever chronic illness that they suffer. People with fucking lupus, people with sickle cell, all these different conditions. When they anticipate the day that they're gonna go, because they know that once they check out, they ain't gotta feel that pain anymore. They gotta feel that affliction in their bodies. You're actually free from that when you're dead. Or somebody that's they ain't got no limbs. So you gotta be pushed all the days of your life. You ain't gonna be able to feed yourself unless somebody has to feed you.
It says, affliction of an hour make for man forget pleasure. Just imagine the person who got $500 million in the bank. I always mention this one ailment. It's like, to the touch, it makes the person feel like all of their bones are breaking. All you gotta do is touch them. I don't know what it's called.
Mr. Glass.
Imagine sitting up in the hospital going through that. You ain't think about that money in the bank.
Hey, just the fact that we dropped, all the shellfish, the pork. Alcoholism. That's really good for us.
You feel, hey, when you used to drink heavy, you used to always like you didn't have the same energy. But you like limit your intake of strong drink. You feel like your testosterone, your strength, all that like this is
Be real, Jacob drink Hennessy. Cut it out.
cut that out.
Cut that down. Shot on the rocks. Water. Take herbs, exercise.
Take some of that
You ain't gonna want to slow down.
Cotton. Yeah, that beet juice. Get your blood running.
Core exercises.
That's all you really
Hey,
need.
and your cardio, your lung capacity. pushing that work of getting oxygen in and out of your lungs. To be able to handle that, trust me, I'm gonna thank you.
Very easily, sometimes from minor contact or even without clear injury.
Remember Mr. Glass and one of you, he was like stumbled, his leg shattered. He fell over and he shattered his head. With little bones. So that's why, you know, it's a good movie to watch. But it shows you,
Iron deficiency, magnesium.
your body can't process it. But it shows you some people have that, and in the movie you're like, well, I got this, somebody gotta have the opposite. That's what you're gonna have. You're gonna have that type of body that's unbreakable. You won't get sick. He's like, you ain't ever get sick. He was in 3 major accidents, a train wreck, killed everybody, car accidents, killed everybody and his wife, but he lived. You know, so this is the type of thing we're gonna have. The type of bodies we're gonna have. This is damn near as strong as everybody's arms are, like damn near brittle in comparison. But what you're talking about is also literal. People up there getting behind the back. Their head broken. It's great.
You have that one disease where you can't have a feel.
Somebody did that.
Detect temperature. It's like you put your hands in hot water, you don't know that it's burning hot. You know, you can burn yourself or cold too. You know, so many different types of
I had a client, he had that. His body didn't regulate his temperature.
Right.
So he couldn't be outside too much. But then one of his friends had it, and it's something in his organs. It's internal. It's not on the surface of his skin. It was internal that was showing that would work. So there's something that wasn't working in there that's supposed to regulate that. It starts like this level. I forget what they had it on. So yes, they'll touch fire, do all kind of shit. They had it boiling water, ice cold. Then they get frostbitten before they have to look and realize, oh, my shit's turning cold. But you know, that's something.
It's Deuteronomy 28 verse 22. It says, the Lord Yahweh shall smite thee with